I saw those sports Monday Night Football, Cincinnati versus Bengals. I'm sorry, Cincinnati versus Buffalo. Um, Safety for the Buffalo Bills essentially passed out. Damar Hamlin. I just watched the news conference and they basically said it's a miracle that he's doing well. He's writing. He's able to respond to commands, moving his head, hold hands, move his limbs. And they credited the swift actions of the Buffalo Bills medical staff and obviously the staff of the Bengals stadium and getting the ambulance on the field and getting him to the hospital, resuscitating him right away and getting airflow and back in his lungs and his heart moving and all that good stuff. So after a few weeks ago, a young lady in Buffalo died in her car, and I think she was a nurse assistant, and she was returning home from her shift. And obviously, it had a horrible storm, so obviously she couldn't not go to work. She had to go, and she died. I think a lot of times, especially now, we have to really. We thought the pandemic would do that, be thankful for our, doctors and our first responders, but that was short lived. You see now people are back to cutting the food in the grocery store, yelling at the clerks, cussing the Uber drivers out, cussing the bus drivers out, the people that, really have selfless jobs. They can't take days off. They can't say, well, it's a storm outside, I can't go. Or, when they're unable to perform at a high level, people lose their lives. So I just wanted to say thank you to all the nurses, the medical staff, not just in the Damar Hamlin situations, but the ones we see every day. The ones that when you take your parents to the hospital, you take your aunt and uncle to the doctor's appointment. When you go to the doctor's appointment yourself, you go give blood. You go take a blood test. Whatever. You go take a COVID test right now. You go get a flu vaccine. These are people that have decided to go into the medical field and help others, and others can be hard headed. Whether we not eating right, we ain't put down some cigarettes, we ain't put down the other stuff we ain't supposed to be doing. We drinking too much, we doing things unprotected. You know what I mean? To have fun, um, but we expect him to be able to perform at a high level when crisis happens. And unfortunately, we hope and pray crisis doesn't happen. But when it does, we rely on these people that society has, especially right now. We really don't really care about doctors and the EMS people and your fire and nurses, and we expect them to save our families' lives and save our friends' lives and save our lives and save our favorite athlete's life. And it's weird because let's hope we can use this as a lesson of thankfulness. Um, Now that I just watched the press conference, and now that he will be okay over time, obviously it's gonna take some time for him to just get back living as a man, as a brother, as a father, as a son. Um, Ignoring football, just being able to come home and open the door and seeing his mother and hugging his family, and that's the bigger picture of life, and not about catching a ball or tackling somebody out of the foolishness. So hopefully he can be okay. But again, we all should just do a better job at being thankful of our first responders. Their selflessness help us live. You know, the fire departments and the EMS and EMT staff, the nurses, your nurse assistants, the people that take our blood and uh, you know do our tests, and obviously our doctors, physicians, the people that we may not see every day and we may not think we'll ever need them, but we expect them to be on 100% when we need them. So let's just say thank you to the medical staff. We don't have to get into what the NFL did or didn't do. That would be another day. But just be thankful that he'll be okay, and thankful for the medical staff for saving his life, and also hopefully shed a light on the power of medicine. Because we have to look at a lot of people have had situations that happened 20 years ago, 10 years ago. They weren't able to survive something that's serious like this. But um, thankful for research and medical advancements that have been able to save our friends' lives, our family's lives, our neighbors' lives, our lives. So, let's just try to be more thankful for the first responders. All right, bye.